let's find a chart that you can see so I can sort of break down what we're going to be looking for when you're making these trades. So we got another good one here. It is getting ready to meet all the criteria. I felt like we're going to get into this one, and the stochastic oscillator has a massive split, which you can see here that the blue is way away from the orange, which is a big push down in the chart. And then so I went ahead and made the first trade, maybe a little bit premature, but I see I just made that 30-second one there, another 2 minutes trade. And so for all intents and purposes, this is trending downwards. Did I get into this a little bit too soon? Maybe I did. But we're gonna see if this green line here crosses over the red and brings this down, as the indicators indicate that this should be on its way down. Which this here, we got a good push here. This is good. This is all good. Okay, the first trade just paid out, so that's awesome. The green line has crossed the red. We got 1 minute and 19 seconds on this last one here. Again, when you look at the stochastic oscillator, again, very similar to the MACD, but I'm just more familiar with stochastic oscillator. And like I said, if you look at my videos, you'll see that I use it a lot. So I really like and enjoy understanding stochastic oscillator more than the MACD that you'll see in some other videos. So we got 56 seconds left, and the stochastic looks good. The RSI looks good. This is currently fluttering around, and so we're just going to go ahead and wait for this to make its way, hold. It's moving back up. Okay, this one might not make it, but again, big push down, so hopefully that momentum of sellers will continue to drag that downward. So we got less than 30 seconds here. Let's go ahead and wait for this. It's getting awfully close to our entry point, but like I said, all things considered, this should do well. Waiting for this, 12 seconds left. Like I said, the green light strategy does have a lot of moving components, so you really got to make sure that you understand charts. So there you go. There's another win. So that held out. That was a good one. Okay, so let's break down the trade, what we're looking at. So this is a trade that I did just before the one that I showed you that we just watched on. But I took a screenshot just so we could slow it down, just so I could break it down so you could see what this looks like. So essentially this was a winning trade, which you can see right here. We did win this trade, which is great. And ultimately what I was looking for was this momentum here. So we're in an upward trend, right? And right here, the green crossed the red, and we had this big push, but wasn't really sure if this was going to hold or not. And then it went ahead and had a big pullback right here, which you can see. And then finally, we had the crossover right here on this candle as this candle came back down. And then this candle right here stayed below the yellow line, which is okay, because in this strategy, you want to try and catch these candles when they touch the yellow. So as long as the green line is over the yellow, what we're trying to do is you want to try and buy this when it touches the yellow right here. So what happened here is I waited until I saw this candle right here form. When this candle formed and this had this pullback down here, I went ahead and got in right about here. And so this confirmation happened. These two lines right here were showing up, both of them like this. And the RSI was also starting to move up, all right? So with these shown on the chart, let me just get rid of these. What this showed me is that this was going to start to continue its momentum in an upward direction. So I went ahead and did an entry or a buy on this candle right here, and I took this up, okay? and then it closed right here and I ended up with a winning trade. So again, don't get in here. Not necessarily get in here because this big candle kind of held me off from getting in. And then I went ahead and entered after I saw that these 3 candles right here, 1, 2, 3, were all above the yellow light on the green light strategy, okay? So all of these candles were, for the most part, above the yellow, and this green continued on this upward trajectory, which is why I got into that one, okay? So that is one scenario. This is scenario number 1, because there are a few scenarios. So just remember this one, use this to your advantage. Watch this over and over again, okay? This is me showing you how the trades work, how the strategy works, and we're gonna do some technical analysis and break the strategy down for you so that you can take your time, okay, to go through this on your own. Okay, let's go ahead and take this trade. So why are we going ahead and taking this trade? Well, you can see that the downward momentum is where we're headed to right now. And what we have here is the stochastic oscillator is split, which you can see is pointing down. The RSI is also under the 50 and pointing down. So I went in and we take this first one, which had some retraction. And then I went ahead and took a second one after it retraced a little bit. But all things considered, this is a big push downwards with the 3 big red candles before it. And then you can see there that I just went ahead and took another one. So we have 3 trades here at different times. Both are 2 minutes. And let's just go ahead and let this come down. So why did I go ahead and take this trade? Well, the downward momentum, the stochastic oscillator, and the RSI all were giving good indications that this was a downward momentum. The green line started to point downwards. So I went ahead and took all 3 of these, which you can see that the push down, we now have the cross of the green line over the red, and then this is making its way down. So we're just gonna let this make its way and work it out. And we got another 56 seconds before all of these come through. But what you can see here is the green line had a big push down over the red. And again, what we're hopefully gonna see here is the first trade is gonna finish. We got the first one will be a win, so that's great. And look at that, green line is moving way down. And so we got 13 seconds on the next one, which for all intents and purposes, we should be another win here. And so, yeah, let's just see what this chart looks like. Okay, again, the stochastic oscillator split, which is looking good. So that other one just came through. That was another win. And it looks like we're gonna also hold on this third and final one. So a good look at the green line trade on this one. So there we go, 3 wins, that's great. What we have on this one here is everything's looking good. The green line is coming down towards the yellow, and I'm gonna go ahead and take a buy here because I think that this green line is not gonna make its way over the yellow and we're gonna turn back around. So like I said earlier in this video, you're going to see that there are a couple different scenarios to which you can use the green light strategy to your advantage. And this is scenario number 2, where the green line is not going to cross over onto the yellow. And so I went ahead and did a 2-minute buy as the candle touched the yellow, and we are going to move back upward. So why did I go ahead and do this instead of selling in the same direction or opening a trade in the same direction? Well, the stochastic oscillator and the RSI were very close together. Stochastic oscillator lines, the blue and the orange, are very close together. And the RSI was actually pointing up. So what that gave me was that this, and also these small candles, that this was potentially going to not have the momentum to make its way down, because we didn't have strong candles to make its way down. This actually turned around and made its way up, which is, from the indicators, is what I was reading in the chart. And as you can see here, we are 15 seconds away from having another profitable trade. So we'll just give this a few seconds to finish off, and then we will go ahead and close out this video. All right, this is scenario number 2. The green line does not have to touch the yellow in order for us to get some confirmation to buy with this strategy. In this scenario, the green line is going to come down, cross the red, but not cross the yellow. Okay, this is not going to cross the yellow, and this is where it is going to reverse. So it'll come down, yellow, green will come down and not touch and make its way back up, and the yellow will stay under. Okay, what is that going to do? Are you going to buy it on the way down and you think that it's going to cross? No, it's not. We're going to wait for that confirmation of cross. So in this scenario, it is not going to cross, but this is going to show you how to buy with the green light strategy when the green line does not cross the yellow. Okay, so what you can see here is the green cross the red right here. And then we had this very, very small candles here. Not a lot of movement with these small candles. Okay, this is again 1 minute candles, 2 minute timer. All right. Right here, you can see that this stochastic oscillator is starting to split and move up. We already had a little bit of momentum here with the RSI. Okay. And ultimately, what I watched for right here was this green line to come down, and these candles right here, this candle and this candle, did not close and stay under the yellow line. What happened here is the green line came down. Let me clear these off. The green line started to come down, and with anticipation that this was going to continue down this way and cross, which would give us some candles here, which would have allowed us to buy on the way down. Okay, but that didn't happen. So in this scenario, what happened is the green line made its way down towards the yellow, okay, which you can see here. And these candles formed, these two candles right here formed and didn't allow the green line to touch. So what you want to do in this scenario is you want to buy on the second candle. So this is candle number 1, this is candle number 2, that didn't close under, and then buy this on the way up. So opposite direction. Green line's coming down, candles didn't close below the yellow, and it stayed above and went up. Okay, so I bought right here on this second candle, and then it closed right here, and the future chart continued upwards. So it never crossed or touched the yellow. That is scenario 2. All right. I hope you guys caught that. Like I said, rewind, take your time, go through this. So take your time with this so that you can get a better understanding of what you're going to be looking for. I think this is going to be a little bit different from the green line. 1 minute, unlike in this, we are way oversold in both the RSI and way oversold on the stochastic oscillator, and have been for a good few minutes. So what you just saw me do there is I just did place 5 sell trades all at a minute. Now I went ahead and did another one. You can see that there. So this is not part of the Greenline strategy, but I love the Bollinger Bands, stochastic oscillator, and RSI, and you can check out this video right here. I'll leave a link in the description. You can check it out. But ultimately, this strategy is what I love to use on a regular basis. So I just happened to see this setup and thought, I cannot miss this. So even though I am working on the Greenlight strategy, knowing other strategies and understanding market structure, support, resistance, and all that good stuff, I went ahead and pulled the trigger on this and thought I might as well show you guys. So I went ahead and did some 2-minute trades after I did the 1-minute trades, and you just saw all 6 of those pay out. Another 2 or 3 are paying out right now, and then I got another 1.5 minutes for these ones to pay out. Which, why did I go ahead and take this? So when you look at the Bollinger Bands, RSI, and stochastic oscillator strategy, when you use those 3 indicators by themselves, you can see that the RSI was way oversold for a while, and so was the Bollinger Bands. It had a huge pump up, which you can see by the split in the stochastic oscillator about 3 or 4 minutes ago in the chart, because like I said, these are 1-minute candles, so maybe 10 or 15 minutes ago. But I couldn't hold back, and I went ahead and opened up a whole bunch of trades, 18 or 20 of them, all with the confirmation that this was going down. And like I said, if you check out some of my other videos, like the one I just talked about, where I break down and I give you technical analysis on the Bollinger Band, stochastic oscillator, and the RSI strategy, you can see me do this on a regular basis. But I just, I couldn't pass this up. So I went ahead and made this happen. So here we go. These are all going to pay out. We got about 8 more to go. And there you go. Those all just paid out. 10 seconds on this last one. Let's wait for this to come down. Here we go. And push down a little bit. So there we go. That was a massive win for all of that trade. So there you go. All right, this one is shaping up to be good as well. I think we're gonna go ahead and wait. Yep, we're gonna go ahead and enter this on the way down. So what did we learn here before entering this trade? Well, we have the green cross the red about 6 or 7 candles earlier, which you can see there. And then we had this big push down. So you can see the stochastic oscillator split, like I said, around 6 or 7 candles ago. And then as that moved down, we had the green line cross over the yellow, which gave us that final confirmation. But because the candle after that shot back up, I was hesitant to jump in, and then sellers ended up dragging it back down, which then in turn, the stochastic oscillator and the RSI both pointing downwards. And you can see in the stochastic oscillator that the blue has a good split from the orange, which is a momentum movement, which is a big push downwards. And so we have just under 50 seconds left here on this trade. And for all intents and purposes, this should be another winning trade. So you're probably wondering, like, why do I trade with just $1? So in my videos, you'll see that I trade for the most part with $1. And it is a lot lower than what my balance is. It's a very low percentage that I'm trading with. But in these videos, I'm really just using them for training purposes and to share this technical analysis and this information with you. So while I could show large wins and hundreds of dollars, most of us in the trading world don't have that type of account balance. And so I'm catering more towards the little guys that are just trying to grow their balance. So there you go. There's a win. That worked out very well. It's exactly what needed to happen. Okay, now I'm gonna break down another trade that happened earlier today that I took, that I had a lot of confidence in because of the indicators were giving me that confidence. And I went ahead and opened 6 sells. So 6 trades that I was selling on this chart on this way down. So let's break down how and why I went ahead and felt confident enough to go ahead and make these trades. Okay. So here we have way back over here, you can't see. Okay, I'll go ahead and make this green. Way back over here, you can't see that the green line crossed the red. Okay, so the green line crossed the red way over here somewhere. And it had a little bit of movement together, all right? And then we had this push down right here. And you can see right here that this happened, that the blue crossed the orange, and it also separated itself from the line, which indicates a larger movement. So when the stochastic oscillator, you see some separation between the two lines, that is a strong movement in up or down. That's what that means. All right. So as this sort of like flattened out here, we had a little bit of upward momentum, and I went ahead and waited on this one. I really wanted to get into this right in here, right on this candle, right here, right on this candle, right here, right on this candle. I thought, okay, this is going to have some retracement, which is what it did right here. Let's go ahead and clear this so we can talk further. So this retraced right here, and I thought, okay, we are going to start moving down again. But this green line, it was still coming down, but it never ever made the cross until right here. So right, you can see right there, this made the cross. So these 3 trades right here, I ended up taking just a little bit too soon. I took it in anticipation. I took it right when this happened, right on this candle right here. I went ahead and took those 3. And then it had another push up right here. So it pushed up right here. And when it did that, I still had firm belief from the confirmations of a downward RSI and a cross right here of the blue. So the stochastic oscillator crossed the orange, the blue line crossed the orange and was heading down again. This was heading down again. And so was this, started to head down. Okay, let's go ahead and clear these so we can stay on topic so we know where we're at. So I went ahead and bought 2 more right here, 3 more, sorry, in the downward, again, 2-minute timers to bring these down 1-minute candles. All right, so, and then what happened is it did its retracement, and then it ended up coming down. So I got in here, and then it ended up closing. Like I said, there's about a minute left that you can see here, and it closed somewhere in right there. And I ended up winning all 6 of those that I had entered. Okay, so that scenario 1 and 2 I showed you. So watch for scenario 1 and 2 when you're in the charts. This was a scenario 1, clearly, because we had the cross over here of the red and green, and then I waited, we had this downward momentum, kind of hung out here a little bit, did a little bit of consolidation, and then we had our confirmation right here. of this downward momentum, I went ahead and grabbed 3 more as it retraced just a little bit. It went up, and then I went ahead and, as you can see here, the movement went back down, and you can see here that the 2 lines were facing down. This was facing down, and that was a confirmation on that win right there. So first things first, what you want to do is you want to make sure you want to chart this 92, so you can go ahead and load up a bunch of 92s up top here if you want, and so that you can easily select between them. All right. So what you can see now on this on the charts is, I'm going to use this one just because they're set up. So we have the green line here, which is the 7 SMA at 2 pixels. Okay, so it's moving average indicator, which is right here, moving average indicator. The green is set to 7 SMA, and the yellow is set to 60 SMA. All right, and then the red is set to 20 SMA, and I changed them all to 2 pixels. All right, and then down here the RSI is 14, and this is just standard setup, whatever the system gave me, and then stochastic oscillator 14, 3 and 3 SMA, and then I left this the same as well. All right, the Bollinger Bands I have set up 20 and 2, and I've changed the colors to allow me to stay within the parameters. But again, the Bollinger Bands is really just here to help sort of see where we are within the bands. Okay, but for the most part, it is the RSI, stochastic oscillator, and the 3 moving averages that we're going to really focus on to get our confirmation. So the green line, you can see here that the candles on this chart is sticking to the green line as if as soon as it touches it, it goes down. And there's the red line and the yellow line. So before we get into that, we are using 1 minute candles, standard candles, 1 minute, and the expiry time is 2 minutes. So we're going to use the expiry time 2 minutes. Okay, so I hope that helped you with this strategy. I hope I broke it down, slowed it down, and gave you a lot of information on how you can utilize this green light strategy to your advantage, and you can have a profitable trading day as well. In this session, it was a very profitable session, but it did take me a long time to get those trades in. Those trades did not show up quickly. So the green light strategy is, you need to have patience. You just have to have patience with this strategy. It is not like the Fast 5 or the Awesome Oscillator strategy, or like I said, the BB, the RSI, and the SO that I already have on my channel that I use a lot. But I wanted to show you this and give you the information so that you can go ahead and add this to your portfolio and give it a shot as well. So with all that being said, I know that this was a long-winded video. I really hope you got a lot out of this. I hope that this helps you become more profitable. Like and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Come on over to the Telegram group, say hi, join in, post your screenshots, post your videos, share what's working for you, what's not. Other people like you are also doing the same thing. So the goal is, we want to grow our portfolio together. We want to have tools, tips, tricks, all that good stuff on growing our net worth, growing our pocket options account. All right. So with all that being said, thanks for stopping by. We'll see you in the next one. Have a good night. Bye.